Grasp your right wrist with the left hand. Circle around it. Take a deep inhale. Bend back. And exhale, come forwards as close to the ground as you can. Think of what you got out of this camp. What is your sankalpa, your resolve as you go forward? What is the one thing you will change in your life because of what you learned here? And slowly come up. Rub your palms together. Cup them on your eyes. And spread the warmth across your face. Let us start with some simple breathing practices. So I'll have you all come to the cat position, Marjariasana. So here we have our arms down 90 degrees to our body. Same thing with the legs. Try to keep even distance between the knees. The toes are pointed upwards and your head is straight. We are going to do the simple cat-cow pose first. So we'll take a deep breath. Inhale, arch your back, make it concave. Turn your face up to the sun. Deep inhale, lift up. Push your hands into the ground. Feel how solid it is with both palms pressing into the ground. Same thing with your back. The knees are at the ground. Your lumbar region is pushed down towards the ground. And exhale, roll your back. Now push down such that your shoulders come up and your head is rounded, looking at your navel. So your eyes should be looking at your navel. Exhale. And inhale again. And exhale. A couple of more breaths here at your pace. Deep breath in, concave, back. Slow breath out. Deep breath in and slow breath out. Last time. Deep breath in and slow breath out. Now in this position, there's a stretch I would like to incorporate. I'm not sure if you all did it during the week or not. I wasn't here. Take a deep breath. Raise your arm up. Pretend there's a rope pulling your arm to the sky. Pull, pull. And exhale. Bring that hand forward. Bring it under the left hand and rest your shoulder, right shoulder on the ground. Turn your face to the left. Feel that powerful stretch on the right side, the teres major, minor, your rhomboids, latissimus, trapezius, everything on the right is fully stretched. These are the muscles you use when you're sitting, working, if you're right-handed, on the right side, and on the left, if you're left-handed. Same thing on the other side. Deep pull up, inhale. Pretend it's a rope pulling your arm up. Look upwards at that extended hand. And exhale, bring it forward under the right arm. Bend down, turn your head to the right and relax in this position. Feel that same stretch now on the left. Deep breath in, slow breath out. Enjoy that stretch, breathe normally, and come up again. Same thing. Inhale, exhale. Feel that stretch. Be mindful when you're doing it. Don't rush through the motions. Feel the stretch. And come up, left side. Inhale, raise the arm up. And exhale, come down under the right. It's a twist and stretch. Even when you're lying on the ground, don't just keep that hand there. Stretch out that left hand as far as possible as you look to the right. And come up again. Relax in Shashankasana. Pay attention to your breath. Watch what even some simple strenuous movement like that does to the breath. It becomes deeper. We increase our oxygen consumption. And the bigger part is we are taking a longer time to breathe out because we are breathing out the CO2 generated because of all the exothermic reactions from working out. All right, so I'm going straight into some positions. We have very little time, so I'm gonna get into a position I wanted to show. This is the Kapotasana. This is a hip opener, excellent for the hip abductors, the hip extensors, and the glutei, external rotators. So in Marjariyasana, you're going to take a deep breath. Inhale, push that left leg up, and exhale. As you do during breathing exercises, you bring it forward, lift that right leg to give you more room, and bend it so that you're sitting on your left gluteus maximus. The left gluteus maximus, and you're sitting there. Sit tall, back straight, neck straight, looking straight in front of you. Feel that burn. Feel that burn in the gluteus on the left, and stay there. There is discomfort. We learn to appreciate it and get beyond it. And now take a deep breath, come down, and touch the ground if you can. If not, just stay where you are. Feel that compression of the abdomen, the pelvis. This improves venous return. And come up again and unwind your foot. My mat is sticky. And come back to Marjariyasana. We'll do the same thing with the other side. Deep breath in, lift right leg up. Exhale, come forwards and sit on your right glute. Sit, get comfortable, push that left leg down straight as far as possible. Sit straight, you can use the hands to prop yourself up. Back straight, neck straight. Wonderful hip opening exercise. And take a deep breath and exhale as you come down, touch the ground. Be there. Feel the burn on the right. Deep breath in, slow breath out. Stay there only as long as you can. When you're doing it on your own, it's a good idea to slowly increase the number of times you practice it. Come to Shashankasana and relax. Now, there is a twist that I wanted to show, the Ardha Matsyendrasana. This is a complete exercise for the alimentary canal because of it incorporates a twist in the sitting position. So here, we'll keep our legs stretched out in front of us. Have the right leg bent so that it's under the left glute, and have the left leg cross over on to the right side beyond the right knee. If you are only able to get here, that's fine. If you are able to get it across on the other side, that's fine too. The left hand goes back and the right hand is crossing across and touching the ankle on the right, and you're looking back. If possible, if not possible, you could do a simple just a crossover, keep the leg straight, and just do a twist like that. That is the simpler version if both legs cannot be crossed. But if you are able to get there, the idea is to have the shoulders in one line, hold the ankle if possible. If not, simply pushing the knee is good enough. And you turn back, look back, show your shoulders are in one line. And feel that burn there on the left. Deep breath in, slow breath out. Deep breath in and slow breath out. And come back again. Relax, untwist yourself. Relax in Dandasana. Smile. I'm glad you all took time to come this morning on a precious Sunday morning. Now, same thing on the other side. Twisting the left leg so that the plantar aspect of the left foot is against your right butt now. The right leg is going across beyond the left knee. Your right hand is at the back supporting your, well, it's almost behind your left shoulder actually. And then you twist and look back. Hopefully shoulders are in one line. Ideally, both the buttocks should be resting on the ground. I can feel myself lifting the right side somewhat. I hope I'll get there one day. But feel the stretch, excellent twist, the abdominal and the pelvic organs, mesentery, helping venous return, helping venous flow, lymphatic flow back to the heart. And come back and relax in Shitil Dandasana. Let your heart rate, breath rate, blood pressure, everything come to normal. Next, we are going to do a powerful back bend and then followed by a forward bend. Back bends are sympathomimetic activities. So back bends really increase the sympathetic nervous system activity, increasing your heart rate, blood pressure. So if someone has acute problems with that, please be careful. Also, people with acute low back sciatic issues may want to watch for that. Any lumbar problems, please watch out. Otherwise, we'll come onto the knees again. You rise up on your knees, and we do this one hand at a time. Take a deep breath, raise your left arm up, rotate it back, hold the ball of the foot on the left, get comfortable there, then raise the right arm up and come back and hold the ball of the foot. Let your head hang back, relax, breathe. Feel that powerful opening. The iliopsoas, iliacus, the quadratus, these are the core muscles in the lower, can't really say back, at the core of the body. And they are lengthening at this moment. They are lengthening, allowing you to do this very powerful stretch. Deep breath in, slow breath out. Deep breath in, slow breath out. Feel the powerful stretch. You're going to feel it in the quadriceps as well, in the front on both sides, and in the shoulders, in the back. You could deepen it in going, placing your entire palm on the foot or not. When you're ready to come up, place one arm up at a time and come to the knees again and come down. Here we are going to do a simple forward stretch, which would be the Shaithalya Asana, since it's an easy forward bend to do here. So your legs, the left leg is twisted back and the right leg is folded. So the plantar aspect of the foot is touching your left thigh. You're going to raise your arms up and inhale and exhale as you bend forwards, coming far as possible. Deep breath in, slow breath out. This forward bend was to compensate for the backward bend. And rise up and come back. So that was Ushtrasana. You could repeat with cycles and repeat a forward bend. You could also do other forward bends like Paschimottanasana with it. The next one I think I wanted to show was the Dhanurasana. So let us come to prone. You're going to lie on your mat, chin on the ground, palms facing upwards, toes facing upwards. Next, you reach and hold the ankles on both sides. And when you rise up here, lifting the legs up, you're going to do it in an inhale. And if you're there for just a few seconds, you would hold your breath in. But if you're going to stay there for a while, you should be breathing in and out. You could do the simple version, which is the Saral Dhanurasana, where you take a deep breath and stay here. You're not lifting your thighs off the ground. If you are able to and you want to, and you don't have acute back issues, you could consider lifting up and lifting your thighs off the ground, completely lifting your chest off the ground as well. Be like a bow being pulled up at both ends. Deep breath in, slow breath out. Feel the stretch in the thighs. Excellent for massaging the entire alimentary system. Very powerful asana. To give a dynamic form to it, you could swing forwards and backwards. So lift up and come down on the chest. You could also go side to side to give a more dynamic form to it. And relax. Relax in Makarasana. So fold your forearms, rest your head on the forearms. Let your heart rate, breath rate come to normal. This is a powerful asana. Increases your metabolic rate. So really good for all body toning. So relaxing in Makarasana is a prone position relaxation. You could also consider doing fish pose, an alternative pose for relaxing with a leg bent like that. Or you could just choose to stay in Makarasana. Head to one side and relax. Observe your breath. It's the Hawthorne effect. You observe something, it causes it to change. By observing the breath, we achieve two things. We are shutting out other distracting thoughts, and we are focusing on the breath, allowing the breath to settle down, allowing the mind to settle down as well. Okay, if you're ready, come to sitting, and we will do the counter pose for Dhanurasana, which is Naukasana. So here, we are going to take a deep breath, and we're going to lift the both legs up together as far as you can go, and we are going to lift the arms up along with it. If you are only going to be there for a second, you would take a deep breath and hold it for a few seconds and then come down and breathe again. If you're there for a while, then you should be breathing. So let's start. You would have a little backward sort of position of your back. So you would be bending back a little in order to achieve that rise of the legs. So let's do that. Deep inhale and lift your legs up, arms straight. Your head is looking straight at your feet. Stay there. Feel the tightening of your abdominals. You're contracting your abdominals, using all your core muscles to stay strong, stay true. Knees straight, arms straight, back straight. Don't round your back. Keep your back straight and arms straight. And feel that powerful stretch, forward bending contrary to the Dhanurasana. And then slowly relax. Come to Shithil Dandasana and relax. Feel the completely different set of muscles that you engaged here. We engaged the extensors in actively pulling up the body in Dhanurasana. We're engaging the entire front side of the body, the flexors, in maintaining the Naukasana. They each interchanged positions as agonists and antagonists when we did that. Very powerful stretch. Okay, I have about 5 minutes left for asanas, and then I have a very brief presentation, and then I'll hand over to Guruji. So let me just show you two more. I know you've done Viparita Karni before, and I just want to show you the simple version of Viparita Karni. You would come up against a wall and then swing your legs up on the wall. If you need to, you could put a bolster under the lower back, the lumbar back, to help make it easier. And you would put your arms either above you or to the side. And this is a very relaxing, restorative posture. It gives a lot of benefits of complete inversions, which are not accessible to all of us. Increases lymphatic flow back, venous return back, and really also changes the mental perspective, boosts up the immune system by just inverting the way we look at things, the way we look at life. So the real version is where you would be on your back and in the supine position, you would lift your legs up, deep breath in, lift your legs up. You would go beyond your head. As you turn, use your hands to support your body, to lift up your legs straight at the knee, and your hands are supporting right above your ilium here. And you stay there. Breathe normally as far as possible. There are kriyas. Viparita karni is done as a mudra, as a kriya. There are many things that can be done as part of it, including Kapalabhati. You could go further into Halasan if you are able to here, or you could simply stay here and lift up further to go into Sarvangasana. That rests your entire weight on your shoulders and your neck and your head. Coming down, you would bend your legs to go towards the head and then support yourself as you slowly come down without lifting your head up and come to the ground and relax. This is usually to be done at the end of the practice and usually no more than once. Maintaining it for a longer time has its definite benefits. It's very relaxing. Now, to counter the pose, since this was a forward bend, we will do Matsyasana. We'll do the simpler version of Matsyasana. So you would have your hands, which are the palms are currently facing up, to face downwards and sort of tuck them a little bit under your buttocks. Have your elbows directly pointing into the ground. Take a deep breath and lift up. Push your chest forwards, your abdomen forwards, and rest on the crown of your head. And push back the head. Thrust your chest up, resting on your elbows. Matsyasana, excellent asana for massaging the thyroid glands. Sarvangasana achieves the same thing. The difference between Viparit Karni and Sarvangasana, other than the 45-degree angle at the trunk and the legs, is the fact that you're tucking your chin into the chest and massaging both the thyroid and the parathyroid. Matsyasana achieves the same thing, massaging the parathyroid. Keep breathing normally if you're in this position for a while. And slowly come back to Sthiti. Let's do a quick relaxation before our small talk. Be in the supine position, relax, get yourself comfortable. Toes are pointed out, palms are facing upward, shoulders are square on the ground. Keep your neck straight. Watch your breath. Let it slowly come back to normal. Let your heart rate come down. Focus on it. Relax your toes. Relax your feet. Relax your calves. Relax your knees, your thighs, your pelvis, your belly, your trunk, your fingers, forearms, arms, the chest. Square your shoulders, relax your shoulders, relax your neck, smile. That makes your facial muscles relax. Relax completely. Your body feels heavy like a lead pipe now. You feel yourself floating away and you can look back down at your body just lying there. You could choose to float away to a beach, forest, wherever you wish. Enjoy that sense of liberation, the feeling that you're beyond the body and the mind. Be aware of how your breath rate has slowed down. Enjoy the silence while you watch your breath. Be aware of your beating heart slowing down. Let us chant three Omkaras. We'll take a deep breath in and start. Feel the resonance of the Om inside your head even after you stop chanting. The notes create a resonance inside the brain as well, which has been found to power down the amygdala. We heard about that last week. If you feel you're relaxed enough at your own pace, please turn to your sides and come up to sitting.
Rashmi ji,
Can you all hear me?
yes, now.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I couldn't understand if you can hear me or not. Okay. So I'm going to present now. Can you all see the screen? Because I can't see anything now other
Yes.
than my slide.
Yes, we can see.
Ashwini, can you see?
Yes, we can see you, Rashmi. Yes.
Guys, I'm not getting any feedback.
Yes, Rashmi, I can see you.
Yes, we can see the slides.
Rashmi.
Ashwini, can you hear me?
Yes.
And you can see my slide too?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay. All right. So I'm going to start. Thanks. Bye. All right. So guys, I'm just going to put a very brief piece out here. So we've heard so much during the whole week about food and why we should do what we do and macronutrients, and Vidya has been able to go into so much detail. The core of it is why do we do what we do, right? Why are we, what is our relationship to food? And so for a lot of us, eating is emotional. We eat when we are celebrating. We also eat when we are mourning. We eat for everything that is a celebration or a sadness in life. So we've become conditioned. It's a conditioned reflex to treat food as reward, as compensation for anything that is going right or going wrong. So we need to fix that, and we need to get to food as medicine, food as nourishment for the body. And a big problem is we have much more sedentary jobs now. We don't walk as much. We don't get around doing things like our ancestors used to. We don't walk. We have to count our steps because God knows if we are going to get to 2,000 or 5,000 today. So that's the problem. Our ancestors didn't have plenty of food just lying around all the time. It would go bad. They didn't have a fridge. They had to go hunt for their food. They were gatherers and hunters, not so much hunter gatherers. They were gatherers and hunters. So they gathered their food and ate it fresh. And then, that's how they did. And a lot of times that required a lot of walking, maybe climbing trees, working hard to get it. Whereas here it's too much and too easily available. BMI tends to be used a lot as a measure of whether you're overweight or not. But a lot of people may be not too far from the median, as you see here, but maybe overweight, anyway. There is something like fat that is not easily seen outside, somebody that looks lean but has a lot of intra-abdominal fat, visceral fat. So these are the classifications that we use for body mass index. And as you can see, you really want to be less than 25, if possible at all. But the waist to height ratio is really a better measure, in my opinion. And a lot of the nutritionists and, health people will look at it this way. Because you see the problem with years of life lost on the right side of the graph here. And so you really want to stay below that 0.5 ratio for your waist to height. And that is a good measure because it gives you a measure of abdominal fat, because abdominal fat, is not just subcutaneous, it is also intra-abdominal in your mesentery, in the greater omentum, which is like a pad of fat, which is covering all the other intestines, and also around the organs itself, which is the most deadly kind. So look at your waist to height ratio, guys, and try and work on it. And then the glycemic load and the glycemic index. So the glycemic index, they took like all foods which give 50 grams of carbs. So all different kinds of food which give 50 grams of carbs were put together, and their glycemic load was, the glycemic index was calculated. But you really don't eat 1 kg of watermelon at a time. It's not possible. So to get 50 grams of carbohydrates from a watermelon, you would have to eat that much. So we don't do that. So watermelon, while it has a high glycemic index, the glycemic load is really low. And so it is okay to eat a watermelon. So a lot of times people say, well, that's a very high glycemic index food. I'm not going to eat that. Well, look at the glycemic load and index together. You cannot just look at the glycemic index alone. And as you can clearly see here, anything that's processed, anything that's packaged, that is man-made, is highly nutrient dense. And also, you don't need to eat a lot of it to have problems, because look at the load and index categories here to the left. Everything that's on the left is really something that we make. Everything on the right, much better digested, less of an insulin high, less of a sugar high. And really, this is going to take us to a chart here, which is from Australia, I believe. But it gives you the idea, if you look at glycemic index versus the load, which you see here, the glycemic index is first and glycemic load is the last column. You look at things that we eat packaged, and you look at the things that are real food, and you see the significant difference here between nuts, for example, even lentils. And, one of the things that these guys miss here is if you sprout your lentils, you reduce the glycemic index. So the other trick is vinegar. That's the other trick with reducing the glycemic index of food. So in Japanese and Chinese people, use of vinegar with rice lowers the glycemic index. We do the same thing when we are using your amchur, or if you're using tamarind or kokum, same deal. So this is the same thing that I just said, so I won't go over this again. And the other paradigm shift is it really internal starvation when we talk about insulin resistance? Is there truly no sugar inside the cell? Is that really true? Is that what's happening in the liver, in the pancreas? Or is it an overflow paradigm? What is really going on? Because if we didn't have sugar, we wouldn't be making fat. And that is what happens in people who are type 2 diabetics. Their liver cells are continuously making what we call as de novo lipogenesis. They are making fat. Why? Because there is nowhere else for the sugar to go. It cannot stay as sugar. So it has to be packaged into something else. So what does the liver do? It just makes more lipoproteins, throws them out into the circulation. That is what goes and makes the plaque in your arteries. The other thing is it makes a fatty liver. So every type 2 diabetic has a fatty liver. It's called non-cirrhotic fatty liver disease. And that is the overflow paradigm. Anyone been to Japan, you can see that on the train platforms, there are pushers that push you into the train. So insulin is the pusher. At some point, the pushers don't work because there's too much inside already, too much glucose inside. Insulin resistance is a spectrum. You start in your childhood being completely insulin sensitive. You don't keep making more because you don't keep eating more. Notice children only eat when they are hungry. We eat all the time. So you're insulin resistant for probably years, even decades before you start to actually manifest sugar in your blood. So before you become diabetic, everyone who is overweight, and some of you who are even not, will still be insulin resistant, could still have metabolic syndrome. It's very important to recognize our food patterns over years is what gets us to this point. This is the full-blown metabolic syndrome. And in addition to fattening carbohydrates, we could talk about, large doses of protein, large doses of fat. Fat combined with carbohydrates, really not a good idea. You need to have healthy fats in your diet. And every meal, really, you want to ask yourself, where is my protein? Where is my fiber? So this leads to insulin resistance with continuous high circulating insulin, fatty liver, and all the problems attendant with diabetes, as we've already heard about. And at the microscopic level, this is what's going on. In the fatty tissues become resistant to insulin. The liver is resistant, just keeps making more fatty tissues, and the muscle is resistant as well, all because of overnutrition. So we talked about a lot of these here. Stay with complex carbohydrates. Broccoli is a carbohydrate. Cauliflower is a carbohydrate. Stay hydrated. A lot of times we think we are hungry, but we are really just thirsty. And yoga is a great way to distract yourself. Meditate, do some asanas, go for a walk. Anything but eat if you're not hungry. So eating within a 30-minute window, you really know when you're full within 30 minutes. You don't really need to eat more than that. And that encourages you to be mindful instead of watching TV while you're eating, so that you realize when you're full, as opposed to keeping on eating just because it tastes good and you're not listening to your stomach when it's telling you, I'm done. So the ghrelin is suppressed, the leptin is out, but you're not listening. That's also leptin resistance, which is part of insulin resistance and the problem of diabetes. Studies have shown that if you fast at least 13 hours between your next meal overnight, you have a less incidence of diabetes and heart disease. So try and eat earlier in the day. And those who are on insulin, if you can't go to 2 meals a day, at least have the meals, you're having insulin with your meals should be 6 hours apart, so that you're not just getting continuous insulin spike, during this. And then I want to give a shout out to my friend Lakshmi, who introduced me to intermittent fasting, and Dr. Fung several years ago. I'm so glad she's here and enjoying Vivekananda yoga, and I'm glad I could give back to her. Um, Moving right on to sleep, I know I'm exceeding my time here. Sleep is critically important to our daily functioning. You all know about circadian rhythms, the 24-hour ebb and flow of hormones, with the master clock, which is in the suprachiasmatic nucleus, and the pineal gland, which is involved in that as well. And if we don't keep in sync with our cycles, we do lead to end up with diabetes, obesity, again, diseases of slow accumulation, depression, etc. We have several stages of sleep, and it is important that we go through them and have uninterrupted sleep. 7 to 9 hours as adults is what is required. And both the deep sleep and the REM sleep are extremely essential, and they help growth, development, rejuvenation. That is important for our reticular activating system and our brain and body in general. Lack of sleep has several problems, and these are something that, again, everyday work is affected naturally. As I'm sure you all know, depriving someone of sleep is actually a form of torture. And it is going to affect your work-life balance, your physical health, and eventually lead to diseases. There are several the sleep disorders, and we don't have time to get into them, but a lot of these are something that we cause ourselves. Very few of them are something, sometimes narcolepsy can be something that might be inherited, but other than that, everything else is some sympathomimetic activities which are predisposing to these problems over time. So 7 to 9 hours, like I said, have a fixed schedule, unplug your electronics, detox 2 hours prior to bedtime. Don't do workouts late in the night, and the bedroom should be strictly work or no work, no TV, sleep or sex. That should be it. Use yoga. It's a wonderful way for relaxation. There are so many techniques that you've learned over the last 10 days that help with better sleep hygiene. And I think the only things here are, well, definitely physical activity, stay out, get the sun every day. That helps regulate your circadian rhythms as well, exposure to daylight. And eliminate late nighttime eating, alcohol. Alcohol causes repeated awakenings at night. And in general, start to wind down. Go back to the nature's way of doing things. Work with sunrise and sunset, and you will be happy. A lot of the exercises we learned here in yoga help, specifically Brahmari, as you've heard Guruji say many times, helps you relax. Very good to do it right before bedtime. Same thing with Ujjayi Pranayam and the restorative poses, some of which we did today. Yoga Nidra is an excellent way to get into meditation and get into a good sleep. There's also biofeedback, progressive relaxation, and cyclic meditation. So I'm going to leave you with a meditation mantra. Laye sambodhaye chittam vikshiptam samaye punaha sakasayam vijaniyat samapraptam na chalayet. So it is extremely useful to get into meditation, even for a few minutes every day. Good for the body, good for the mind, and definitely good for the sleep. Thank you. I'm going to hand over to Guruji.
Good morning. Namaskar.
Guruji, are you here? Thank you all for your patience. I know I went 5 minutes over.
Suprabhatam, Guruji.
Suprabhatam. Namaskaram. Give a bright smile. I'm not as beautiful as Rashmi. I'm not as young as Rashmi, but I'm old, but you can still smile at me. Yeah? You don't lose anything. Okay, now. Now, Rashmi, Vidya, and all the teachers, they have been pouring a lot of information and lot of knowledge and lot of skills. Okay? Now, Bhishma went to Bhishma was giving advice to Arjuna. That was a good fellow. Krishna was giving this one to Arjuna. So, instead somebody suggested, why don't you go ahead? That fellow, he's making that noise is Duryodhana. Isn't it? You give your advice to Duryodhana instead of giving it to Arjuna. Arjuna, you fight and all that. No, there won't be any fight if you go and give it to Duryodhana. But then actually Krishna said, I did it. I already did it. I went there. And then I talked to him. Then this is the reply he gave it to me. Not that we don't know. All of us know what is what. So Duryodhana said, Janami dharmam nachame pravrutti, janami adharmam nachame nivrutti. I know what is dharma, but I can't do it. I know what is adharma. I can't but do it. There is somebody inside me who is forcing me, driving me to do certain things. I keep on doing that. And who is that fellow? There is somebody within us who keeps on prompting us to eat the way we are eating, to do things what we are doing, the way to consume things in a way that is detrimental to our health. We know what? Don't we know? All of us, we know it. The problem is changing the attitude. Controlling what? Controlling the, no, well, okay, we will get into that. Now just quickly, at this moment, how are you feeling? Just type it quickly. No, type it. Name the feeling. No, this is a part of the, so it's not a waste of time. Come on. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, wow. I'm really happy. Our teachers have done a wonderful job. First day you said, what is it to your diabetes? Fear. Tensed up. Strained. Today all the things are relaxed, happy. That's great. Good job, teachers. You did a wonderful job. Okay. Now, all that is okay. Now we are thinking the subject matter of discussion in yoga is, what is it? Show the finger. What is the subject matter of discussion in yoga? About ourselves, right? About the self. And the question now is, where is the self? Where is that self? Now, first thing, now we said with this Panchakosha Viveka, we described five of this thing, we presented it. I'll come back to the picture again. Now, one thing is this body, we thought, that is one thing. And what is this body without prana? And then that is the prana. So to keep this body, we want to deal with all the 5 levels of our existence. Yeah, it is actually not our levels of existence, but we will prove it that we are none of these things. We are something different. Okay, that is, we will come to the end. Firstly, that we are thinking we are we are the body. Okay, well, what is the body? Body must be kept strong, stamina, healthy, and all. For that, certain things are necessary to do the right kind of nutrition, like right kind of exercise, right kind of sleep. All that points have been well driven. Good job. And then the other thing that we know it is the prana. Prana is the energy. That is, we may be very healthy, but you may be depressed. And then there is no energy. I can't do anything. And you have wonderful health, and you have very strong muscles, and you are very prime of your youth. But then in the morning, oh, I don't feel like kind of a thing. Oh, again, one Monday again, my God. Monday, the moment Monday comes, it looks like a, and when Friday, it sets in. So this kind of lack of enthusiasm and lack of courage or lack of energy kind of it. So how to channelize those energies, how to regulate the energies, how to control the respiratory system and pass on. That also we have seen through pranayama, breathing exercises, and then some of the kriyas. So how to keep it clean, both the respiratory system, energy system, as well as this. And now the thing that comes to us is, what is, besides that, what else are we? Is there anything else we are? The one thing is the mind, the body, energy, prana, and the mind. Now, mind as such here, when it comes to mind, that is the naughtiest. It's a monkey. That is the naughtiest of our existence. It doesn't listen to us. Like Duryodhana said it. We know what is right, we know what is wrong, but then the mind keeps on dragging. Now, there is a lady who is taking a dog for a walk. A young lady, very fashionable and all that. So nowadays, having big dogs is a fashion, at least in India. And this is a real thing, what I'm talking. Big dog, and then this is a fragile lady taking my student. So, but then old students, they come once in a way to the class, something like this, and then afterwards they don't come. But when we meet across on the road or something, they duck. This old fellow will ask, why are you not coming for the yoga? So she was trying to, but then the dog doesn't allow it. That fellow is pulling it towards me. So the big dog. And the dog is pulling her, and she is a big dog, and she is very fragile and fashionable. And she is coming with that. Hello, how are you? Actually, there are relatives in my house. I'm not able to come. Okay, I understand all that. I didn't ask you about it. Okay, good. Wonderful. If it is willing, come whenever you feel like all that is over. But actually, I'm taking this dog for a walk. We know who is taking whom for a walk. That dog fellow is dragging her in the opposite direction. She wanted to run away from me, but that dog brought her directly before me. So who know who is taking whom for a walk? So we say my mind. But my mind is taking you for a walk. You are not the boss. You carry my mind. I'm the boss. I'm the owner. Mind is mine. But then mind is dragging us into areas where we don't want to. And we suffer. And we are not aware. We are not even aware of it. So where is this mind? What is this mind? Mind, and then we call it here. But then in yoga and Vedanta, we call it antahkarana. Antahkarana is inner instrument. So there are four parts to it. To better understand what mind is, what same thing, but then functionally we do. So one thing is manas, buddhi, ahankara, chitta. Mano, buddhi, ahankara, chitta. Now the first part of it, I'll show you. I'll present a small picture and then you will understand it better. 1 minute. You are able to see my screen?
Yes, Guruji. Yes, we can.
Okay. Now, do you see this is a very familiar picture. Is it typical of what we understand of the mind? The inner meaning. Even before Bhagavad Gita, this was there in the Upanishad. Even before Mahabharata, it is one of the Upanishads. The picture is given in one of the Upanishads. Now, you identify this thing. Now, actually there must be 5. There are 4 horses. The 5 horses are the senses. The senses, and they are very, look at them, direction. They are very powerful, each one pulling in different directions. And then they are being held by the reins. Okay? The reins is the manas part of it. So the senses and the manas, through the manas, that is the I like it, I don't like it. If I am loose, the senses will go wild. So there is a master. Master of the senses is that is also put together is the manas. So the manas, the lax we are, let go. I like it, I don't like it. It keeps on saying it. The senses, and the manas, if it goes away with direction, and then to hold it tight, you need somebody who is telling you, giving you a direction. That is buddhi, right? And who is Arjuna? Arjuna is yourself, ahankara, I, myself, right? So ahankara and coupled with karma. Karma is our past understandings, past experiences put together. Ahankara is formed. And then what are the 18 akshonis of army? Armies are our thoughts that are there, mental impressions that are there, which we have experienced, learned, and stored. But these things are all there within us in a seed form. Whatever we water, whatever we nurture and nourish, they grow. And whatever we don't water, we don't pay attention to, they die. Now here, which one are we? So that discriminatory faculty, the one who takes the side, which side are you? Are you on the things destructive side, or are you in the creative side? Are you the Pandava side, or you want to be the Duryodhana side? That is all that matters. So this is here, manas, buddhi, ahankara, chitta. And through what we have to control, the manas is a fellow like a child. It keeps on saying, I want this, I don't want this. Keep on saying these things. My presentation is gone? Yes?
It's gone now.
Okay. Now, we have to control this mind. This mind is not controllable. It is very unruly like the senses and this thing. Bhagavad Gita, all these things are there. Jayate Vishayan Pumsa Sangasteshu Pajayate Sangat Sanjayate Kama Kamat Krodo Vijayate Krodod bhavati sammoha. Sammohat smriti vibhrama. Smriti bhramshat buddhinasho. Buddhinashat pranashyati. How it starts? First thing is thought. You are going one day, going like that, and then you look at it. Senses are going all the time, and then the senses and the mind, jayate vishayan pusa, and then a thought came into your. Oh, that's good. It looks good. Beautiful, beautiful. I like it. Kind of jayate vishayan pusa sangasteshu. You develop a attachment towards it. Sangat, Sanja, and then having like it, that's good. I want to have it. I want to possess it. Kama. If it is satisfied, and then you are feeding you are nurturing the manas, it becomes stronger. I want something more. You have given me yesterday. Why not today? Well, it becomes a habit, and then once that is not something more, until the day one thing it cannot be satisfied. When it is not satisfied, you get angry. Somebody obstructed it. So kamat krodho vijayate. Then you get angry. Krodod bhavati sammoha. Sammoha is mentally. When you get angry, you don't know what you are doing. You lost your sense. Delusion. So krodad jayate vishayan punsah sangasteshu upajayate sangat sanjayate kamah kamat krodho vijayate krodod bhavati sammoha. Sammoha is that you delusion. So sammohat smriti bhramsha, and then you lose your memory. Smriti bhramsha pranasya. That is how your downfall starts. First thing is the thought itself. So you keep on thinking. There are too many thoughts in the mind, too many desires in the mind. So that is the problem. So the thoughts have got to be reduced. Okay. Now, when we are doing that, how to do this? Very simple tricks will be there to do that. How to reduce silence the mind, silencing the mind, how it is. So one thing is we have seen pranayama. Pranayama, when we do it naturally, and then there are other simpler techniques are involved. Now keep your fingers like this. This is chin mudra. This is chin mudra. Okay. Now I'll go a little more. Oh my God. All of you keep your parda डाल के बैठे. All of you are not opening your cameras. Mostly new people. All the old people are all my teachers. We have been looking at each other for every day. What is this? What do you lose by opening the camera? Oh, technically, if there are so many people, it's not correct. Keep your cameras open. But why do I look into a blank screen and then keep on? My God. Oh, okay. Still, you people don't. Don't leave. If you don't want to open the camera, it's all right. You don't have to leave. Okay. Now, this is chin mudra. Now, look at this. This is I. Ahankara. You, I, you. We use this to point out, isn't it? This is ahankara. Ahankara coupled with our karma. Karma is I like it. So ahankara is formed with our likes and dislikes over a period of time. And this is the buddhi, that universal consciousness. Krishna. So this is I. When you bend a little, first thing is you have to bend. And like Duryodhana, with ahankara, he remained like that, he remained like this. Okay? Now, like Arjuna, we have to become humble. Humble and then ask. Now bend it. When you bend a little, the God also comes close to us. And this is chin mudra. Right? So these mudras are wonderful techniques, very simple techniques which control the mind. Right? Now, this coupled with pranayama, we integrate it with pranayama, asanas, and all. So all the three levels we are working. How to regulate and control the mind. And besides doing some guided meditations, focusing on the breath, different techniques we adopt, this is one of them. Now, these three are there. These three fingers are outside. Now, these three fingers are represent our gunas. That is, the compulsions over the way we are born because of our nature and our experiences put together, we become compulsively something, compulsively lazy, tamasic, rajasic, and sattvic. Compulsively lazy, compulsively lethargic, compulsively we don't want to do anything. We want food, but then we want somebody to feed us. So this is the parasitic tendency, ignorance, stupid, not contributing. It's a load on the society. Rajasic are the people I want. I am the one who is name, fame, prominence, dominance, productivity, responsibility also. These are the people who drive the society. Okay? Now, Sattvic are good people. Enlightening, calm, peaceful. But that is also compulsory. There is also compulsion involved in that. So these three, your internal nature is there. You have bent your ego a little. So you are trying to be now, but these tendencies are there. It requires a lot of practice to do it. Now keep this on your knee. When you keep this on your knee and focus yourself on the breath. Breathe in, bulge the abdomen. Breathe out, pull it. Breathe in out. Breathe out, pull the abdomen. Slowly. Press the epiglottis. Stop. Now, if you notice, Ujjayi is a wonderful pranayama. It establishes you in the present moment. It doesn't allow you to wander away. Most of the time, our mind, that is its nature. Don't fight with the mind. We can't fight with the mind. That fellow is very strong. So you will have to accept it. And then, if it is wandering, bring it back. After some time, it will listen. Okay? Now, when you do these things, you see, over a period of time, when we practice these things, the mind comes under our control. It keeps listening to us. If so there are a number of people, everyone of us behaved like what we did. But then over a period of time, look at the number of teachers that have come into the fold. And then after some time, it becomes a habit. When it becomes a habit, I won't be able to sleep. After 4 o'clock, I'll have to get up something. So what a goodness compulsion is a good thing, isn't it? A good habit. So that becomes your nature. To change a habit, it requires a lot of things. Okay, now the chill mudra is over. Now, if you keep practicing with these tricks, the compulsions will go. The gunas, there are no more compulsions. Depending upon the situation, when you want to take rest, you can take rest. When it is necessary for you to stimulate yourself and get into the work and be efficient, you can be efficient. When you want to be balanced, everything is there, you can sit calmly and then be there. And when there is an emergency, you can stimulate yourself and become rajasic when there is no work. Karmanya, akarmaya paschet. Akarman is a karmaya sabuddhim. When you must walk in such a way as though you are not working. When you are not working, taking rest, think that is also a work. So that is the way we must be able to establish ourselves. So to do that, these things will fall down. Now there is no compulsion. Now let us do, we think these things so that mind gets under control. Okay, now keep it here on the knee. Now, on the knee, these nerve systems are there, nerve endings are there, and then these things are connected to the brain. So they integrate the brain, and then certain centers which are dormant, they are right kind of centers are stimulated. So this scientifically proved these things do happen with meditation and the prana and mudras and all that. So now keep it here. Now let us do thoracic breathing. Take a deep breath. Expand the chest. Forget about the abdomen. That will also happen. No, expand. Press the epiglottis. Breathe in. Expand the chest. Breathe out. Collapse. Breathe in deep. Breathe out slow. Observe that you are established in the present moment. Keep doing. There is no other thought. I am breathing in. I am breathing out. Stop. Mind is nothing but number of thoughts and emotions. So constantly we must live in the moment and how am I feeling? How am I feeling? So that becomes a habit. And then we'll know where we are. Most of the time we have got difficulty in knowing how we are feeling. We never pay attention to it. We get angry. Everybody knows that we are angry, but then accept us. Did I tell you I'm angry? Kind of a thing. You shouted. Now, okay, anyway. Now, this is Chin Mudra, this is Chinmaya Mudra. Now, we'll do Adi Mudra. Adi Mudra is keep the thumb inside, fold the fingers. Okay? Now, this is Adi Mudra. Adi Mudra is the first mudra. Why is it called first mudra? We were there in the mother's womb with this mudra. We were born with this mudra. That is why it is called Adi Mudra. When you bend your ego and instead of I brings illness. We brings wellness. Same thing. We. I-L-L, ill. W-E-L-L, well. So if you want to be healthy, you have got to be wellness. So less of I, more of we. When we do that, and then automatically the compulsions will go, and then we become like a child, as pleasant as a child. Mind becomes clear. Okay, now we'll do thoracic breathing. Thoracic breathing is now breathe in full, breathe in a little more, and then automatically your shoulder lifts a little. And exaggerate a little by lifting it artificially. And now press it back while you exhale and bring it down. Now focus yourself on the breath, press the epiglottis, do Ujjayi pranayama and do it. Go. Breathe in. A little more. Full breath. Lift the shoulder. Hold it for a short while. Press the shoulder back and bring it down in a semicircle. Keep going. Stop. Now, two, the mind keeps on, comes under our control slowly. It is like an elephant. Before it is trained, it is very wild. But such an elephant also can be trained with patience and perseverance and continuous practice. Abhyasa, Vairagya. So keep on doing it every day. Eh? It's satsanga. Doing it individually is difficult. So you have to have a group. Even Buddha, Vedanta, everyone says satsanga. Satsanga is not a place where we go once in a listen to Swamiji and then he tells something and then we say, oh, wonderful, he said it. But the moment we come out, we forget it. That is not, it's not a matter of faith. It is a matter of practice. But satsanga is the one which takes care of my well-being as well as well-being of everybody who are here, including those people who kept the cameras on and those people who are there behind the parda. Okay. Now, Adi Mudra. This is Adi Mudra. Keep it here. Adi Mudra, keep it here. Brahma Mudra. Now we will do all the three in one breath. Bulge the abdomen, expand the chest, then breathe a little more, lift the shoulder. Hold for a short while. Press it back and bring it down, collapse the chest and suck back. Okay, now let's do it. Press the epiglottis, breathe in deep, breathe out slow. Bring the shoulder down, collapse the chest, and then suck back down. While breathing in, bulge the abdomen, expand the chest, lift the shoulder. While exhaling, reverse direction. Bring the shoulder down, collapse the chest, suck back. Okay, let us do it about 5 times. Again. Relax. Now, yoga believes there is an inner divinity within us. That is, when you stop the yoga, chitta vritti nirodha. When we stop the mind, tada drashta swarupe avasthana. So you establish yourself in your real nature. What is your nature? You are divine. You are absolutely divine. All power is there within you. You can control anything and everything. Each soul is potentially divine. The goal is, there is a potential divinity within us. Each and every one of us. The goal is to manifest the divinity by controlling nature, external and internal. External nature is, we have controlled the nature external. We have made ourselves comfortable, we are making aeroplanes, we are making so many things. And external nature, that is 5 elements that are there, and then we fought gravitation, any force that is there. Then we made ourselves very comfortable by controlling the nature. But the internal nature. So this inner divinity will come out only if we control the internal nature. That the West is very smart in controlling the external nature. Internal nature, traditionally, we are the masters of the internal nature. The only thing is, in our pursuit for material wealth, we forgot our own wealth that is there. That is internal, controlling the internal. All the methods that have been suggested, all the rishis, the way Vedanta, spirituality is our fault. So we will have to understand much better than that. Okay. Now this is something. This is about Vaibhagya pranayama. So we integrate so many things around. So these things will control bring the mind under control. Now, some of the assumptions which we have got. Now the outside world and myself. Now that we keep on blaming the outside world, keep on trying to change the outside world. That's it was a young man recently married, and then brought the bride to his flat in Bombay. Bombay flats, they're all superstructure like boxes, and then they cooped up. The girl came from a town where open air, big verandas and rooms, she feels cooped up. But anyway, and then so every day morning she used to take a cup of coffee. She used to feel cooped up. So in a typical Bombay flat, you will also have a small balcony where people hang the clothes. Okay. Now she used to go to the sip cup of coffee. Every day she was looking at the opposite flat. She has washed the clothes and was hanging. And they're all smudges and so she said to the husband, look at that lady, how does she get it? And just the way she cleans up the clothes, why don't somebody suggest how to clean it to her? And she keeps on coming. So the husband was listening. So he didn't say anything, but he can't say. And see how we do, we wash our clothes. She didn't say how I wash my clothes. We. Okay, now she given a bit of role. She's not accepting the total responsibility. This fellow also didn't say anything because love at first sight, divorce at first fight. So he's really afraid of it. So he didn't say anything. And then second day also the same thing. Why that lady is why is it some good detergent not available here? Why is it happening for us? Why is it not happening for her? And she keeps on complaining about 3-4 days. After 5th day, she went there. Wow. She is learned to clean up her clothes. Wonderfully, she is cleaning up. She's well, spotless. Very good. I appreciate it. So the husband is saying, I did it. Oh, did you go and wash her clothes? Did you do that? No. I cleaned up our window. So basically, we have to clean up our window. The world is good. If we see smudges there, the first thing is we have to clean up our filters. So Whatever the world is, it won't change. It will remain the same. And we are seeing what we want to see. If you want to see good in there, there are a lot of good there. If you want to see a lot of bad, lot of bad. So don't try to change the world. We have to change ourselves. So internal nature, we have to change it. And then the mind, we have to get into control. And for that, you have to establish yourself in the present moment. The mind keeps on wandering into the past and future is a waste of time. Hallucination. Now let us do one more mudra, prana mudra we will do. Now, look at the structure of the body. Now, look at the torso. Look at these organs that are there here. Same thing, isn't it? Reproduction, excretion, digestion, aharam, bhayam, nidra, maidunam. Common for animals and ourselves, isn't it? So, the only one thing that is different is consciousness or dharma, whatever. Now, look at this body. Now, all the organs here are all animal. Now, when you come up a little, this is the gut feeling. You start developing. This is the source of our energy. Okay? And feeling, gut feeling. And as you keep going up, it becomes softer feeling. Love, compassion, heart. Right? As you keep going here, it's a filter. That is the way we speak, the way we communicate with the world. So this is the thing. And as you keep going higher levels of this thing, and then it becomes divine. So from animal to human to divine. Visualize that. So different techniques to visualizations so that mind keeps coming under our control. From the animal nature we are in, and we are worse than animal. The animal, if it is not hungry, it won't eat. But we eat. We have used sub-animal. From sub-animal to animal, animal to human, human to superhuman and divine. Now keep your hand here. So visualize that, keep it in mind, and then you are, as you breathe in, keep your hand, don't touch it to the ground. Now the palms are here like this. Now keep it a little away, and now as you breathe in, raise the hand. Think that animal to human, superhuman, and divine. Right? As you breathe out, and you have to come back to animal. You can't remain divine then. No, as long as we are in this body, aharam, bhayam, nidra, all those things will be there. But with consciousness, with awareness. Right? Now keep it here. Mentally, I am raising myself. It's a constant effort to make ourselves divine and get back into the animal with awareness. Okay, come. Breathe in. Give a bright smile. Become divine. Slowly. Stop it. And now, so basically, re-educating the mind. What we were thinking, I am this body has become sick. Once I have to become, I don't have the power to heal. The power to heal is within us. Right? Now, we are not telling you any story. We are experiencing it and we are sharing our experience. Not that I have not become sick or anything. I have become sick. Right? But then for the last 25 years, where I have taken charge of myself. And then I thought, so like, Mokam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate giri. Even a dumb can speak, a lame person can jump. Actually, my leg was a broken leg. I broke my knee. There is no ligament even now. But then, the body is such a wonderful structure, it adjusts itself. I could climb a mountain. For 20 years, I climbed Himalayas. So that is what it is. The cervical spondylosis. So I because of the age, and then because it started bothering. So I went to a doctor here. He said they took the X-ray, MRI, and all. Oh, there are something between C1 and C2, something, and all those things that tracked up. So the thing is, they gave me a regimentation that then you have to go to this physiotherapy, then acupuncture, and so many things. And so I asked him only one question: is it going to be restored back? No, it won't happen. It's gone. Or if it is gone, okay, I'll handle it myself. And I changed my pillow. I keep walking with my neck. Today I don't have any problem. So this thing is designed. Even after all the abuse we have made, this is designed to get back to now. So the power that is there from one cell, you were one cell when you were conceived. And you have made it to trillions of cells. Where from it has happened? It has happened from within. And there is some small error somewhere in that creation. And that made us diabetic or back pain. We have to change our habits and with a faith and belief, I can do it myself. So that kind of a divinity, that is a part of us. That we have to. So how do we get this kind of a knowledge? Now, we have said, Annamaya Kosha, the body, Pranamaya Kosha, different practices with breath and energy, Manomaya Kosha, and then controlling the mind, and so some of the guided meditations which we are doing. And then some mudras which we do. And a combination of these things, all put together, is getting this. And now there is next stage is the Vijnanamaya Kosha. Vijnanamaya Kosha is, that is Jnana, Vijnana. Jnana is what we learn intellectually. That is through Shravanam, Mananam. And then by hearing, we get this Jnana. And by reading, with this, through Jnana. Vijnana is experientially we learn. But I try it. Now when you try it, and your mind is under control. That is your Vijnana. And how do we get this Vijnana Kosha, and what our real existence, knowing what our real existence is, I am not limited, I am not helpless. So that helplessness should go. Power is there within me, kind of. So this kind of a Vijnana, how do I get it experientially? That I'll tell you a small story. And we'll how to Vijnana Kosha. King Janaka was there. You know King Janaka? Sita's father, Sitama's father. Okay, King Janaka. He was sleeping one night. So soldiers came. King, get up. The enemy has attacked us. Now we have to go for a war. So the king immediately got up and put his dress and then all his armor and all that and went for a war. Unfortunately, Janaka lost the war. Oh, the enemy king said, then now, Janaka, now because you are a king, I'm not going to kill you. But one thing, you have to leave this kingdom and leave this immediately. And I told anybody, nobody will help this person. This person is there, so nobody gives him food, nobody gives him water, and all that horse is gone. And then he started. So he banished him. You have to go out of the borders within some time he has given. He continuously walked, and then went outside the kingdom. And by that time, he was fatigued and then tired, thirsty, hungry, and then there was some anakshetra. Somebody poor feeding was going on. So he stood in the queue. And he stood in the queue. He is the last person. By his turn came, the person said the food is over. Whatever is there, just scoop it and give it to me. And then he put something in his hand and he scooped it from the vessel and then put it in his hand. But in a small plate, paper plate. So, or leaf plate, though paper plates were not there then. Okay. Okay, you'll raise a technical objection. Intellectual integrity. No. So some kite came and threw it out. And then it felt very helpless and miserable. King Janaka lied down and crying, oh my God, what happened to me? Why this misery to me, God? And the queen by the side, she is saying, hey, old man, what happened? Why are you crying? Oh my God, he got up. Oh, that's all a dream. It's not real. Dream. Oh my God, what happened? What a wonderful experience. What an experience it is. Now then the king thought, now I am a king with all my power, with all my wealth and people. There I was lying there, miserable, alone, helpless. Is such hai? Yeah, was such hai. Is this true? Or was that true? And nothing else, he's talking only that. Is this true? Is that true? The queen shook him and said, okay, what happened? Why are you saying? Yeah, nothing. So they called the minister. So minister said, is this true or is that true? The king has gone. Janaka has gone. So in the court is there, he is not doing after any other duties, kingly duties. He said, is that true? Is this true? Is that true? Is such hai? Yeah, was such hai. So this is what he was talking about. Oh, one day, so people were really people, there's a big talk. King is gone. He's gone, lost his balance. Ashtavakra was coming. So Ashtavakra came. He understood. If they called him, hey, king, how are you? Is this true or is that true? So Ashtavakra said, he understood. Ashtavakra knows what. His guru, he said, now tell me one thing. When you are here, the king, in this kingdom, with all your glory, is that world there? The dream world that was there, that person, is that there? No, it is not there. But when you are miserable, lying down, is this world there? The kingdom and all that, is this world there? No, it is not there. But both on the dream, in the dream, were you there? Yes, I was there. That's why I experienced that misery. And are you here now? You are experiencing it? Yeah, I am here. I am also experiencing it. So the king said, the Ashtavakra said, neither that is true, nor this is true. You are the truth. You are the truth. Right? So what happens is, now we have got 3 stages. Jagat Prapancha, Swapna Prapancha, and Sushupta. Sushupta, in deep sleep, neither that world is there, nor this world is there. But when you wake up, you are there. We do exist, isn't it? So, the reality is we are the truth. So, do not attach ourselves to the materials, that prapancha is the one that is keeps coming and going. But then the one that is looking in the knowing, experiencing it, the knower, the experiencer of the Jagrat Prapancha, the experiencer of the Swapna Prapancha, experience of the deep sleep. There is somebody who is very common to all these things. That is our real existence. The one that has created from one cell to so many cells. That is our real existence. So this is the Vijnanamaya Kosha, the practices. Okay, now let us Anandamaya Kosha. So we have experienced Ananda also. So for that, I think we have to, when we do a thing, all of us will remember when we are really involved in a work, or suppose a book which you like the max, and then you don't need food, water, and then you are immersed in anything, you are immersed in work. That gives us joy. So we have to cultivate that habit of karma yoga and devotional bhakti yoga. When you go into an ecstasy, okay, that is how when we are going to get the. So now we are none of these things. Five sets. These things are the coverings, and but different through different practice. So we work with the body, go beyond the body. Work with the breath, go beyond the breath. Work with the mind, silence it, and go beyond the mind. And then work with the discriminatory faculty, buddhi that is there, go beyond that. And then we reach a level of ecstasy. So that is where our real existence is, when mind is silenced. Through yoga, by one, from known to the unknown, some different practices will have it. So some people come up to good health and they rectify the body. Some people become more energetic, and then slowly it happens. Now, I think that is all. If you people have got any questions about the Vivekananda Yoga, or any questions about the program, about your general health, and how to yogic treatment for that, you can send a messages on that. Now you lie down. We will have one the guided meditation, and we will conclude with that. Lie down. Close your eyes. Lie down, legs apart, hands a little away from the body. Keep observe your breath. Now listen to the sound of the bell. The bell is something which wandering mind, it gets back to its position. It establishes us in the present moment. The chain of thought is broken, and that is why they keep a bell in the temple. They keep a bell in the church. Bell is a wonderful instrument for us to establish ourselves in the present moment. Lie down, listen to the sound of the bell. Keep observing your breath. As you breathe in, tell yourself, I'm breathing in. As you breathe out, make a statement, I'm breathing out. That enables you to establish yourself in the present moment and stopping the mind from wandering away. Keep observing the breath. As you keep observing, your in-breath is becoming deeper and out-breath is becoming slower. Deep, slow. Give a bright smile on your face. Smile. As I breathe in, I release. As I breathe out, I release all tensions. When you smile, all the 300 muscles on the face, they relax. In turn, the nervous system gets relaxed and releases all tensions, sorrows. When we are happy, we smile. But when we smile, we become happy. The converse is also true. We have got freedom to be joyful. Nothing is more important than my joy and peace. I smile at my tensions. I smile at my sorrows. Present moment is a wonderful moment. Life happens in the present moment. I know I am alive by establishing myself in the present moment. Get nourished by the wonders of life in the present moment. Establishing ourselves in the present moment. Attention and intention. Jnana Shakti, Ichha Shakti, Kriya Shakti. Put together, we have got the power to heal ourselves. Bhavam tad bhavati. As you believe in, so we become. If the mind is wandering away, we are hallucinating, daydreaming. It's a waste of time and energy. Establish yourself in the present moment. Life happens in the present moment. Forgetfulness is the opposite of mindfulness. Get in touch with the oneness of life around us. Love has the power to heal. Mindfulness can produce love within you. Making the other person happy. Our true presence gives the loved ones happiness. It cannot be bought in the market. It is not just giving gifts, buying and gifts. It must be present. Our presence of mind, establishing ourselves in the present moment when we are amongst the loved ones, not with the TV or the social media. That is the wonderful. The technology has creeped into our bedrooms, creeped into our dining rooms, and distorted. And there's a distance, our body and the mind, and distance between the people. Let us establish ourselves, relink ourselves with the loved ones, with love and compassion. If we are not present in the present moment, how can we express our love and compassion to our loved ones? The kingdom of God is within me. By mindfulness of my body, I am aware, I am alive. I can touch the kingdom of love. I do not have to go to a temple or a church to touch the kingdom of God. My temple is within me. My own heaven is within me. The kingdom of God is not a place where there is no suffering. The kingdom of God is a place where people know how to handle suffering. Now visualize yourself to be a flower, a lotus flower. You are the lotus flower. Take all the adjectives that are named: fragrant, colorful, blooming, nurturing, nourishing sight, glowing. Remember the qualities of a lotus. But the flower of the lotus became possible because there is mud, there are roots, there is water, there is wetness, and there is a stem from which it has come. Culturing the mud, the lotus comes. Like that, happiness, suffering, a flower will be there, happiness is there only when we culture ourselves, learn to culture our sufferings. No mud, no lotus. No suffering, no happiness. No pain, no pleasure. No right, no left. No darkness, no light. So these are two opposites. The only thing is that we know how to culture it. When there is a pain in the back, at the body, or in the mind, or in the energy, we have to learn how to culture it and produce happiness out of it. When illness is there, we must learn how to culture it, deal with that, and produce health. When misery is there, we must be able to know how to culture it and look at our past. The present position where we are in became possible because we struggled, we learned how to get over the past pains and miseries. And how many conditions are there for us to be happy? Imagine what are all the conditions which have for to be happy. Are we not amongst the first 2 or 3% of the present people who are in this satsanga? Are we not 1 or 2% of the total world population? We may not be multi-billionaires or billionaires, but we don't have to look for food. We don't have to look for shelter. We don't have to look for minimum amenities. We are living in a country where the most comfortable country with the envy of so many other countries. We live here. And there are people without food. We have got enough food for us as well as give it to the other nations also. And there are people without legs, without limbs, without some of the eyes. People with so many health problems. Our health problems, which we have, are totally manageable by ourselves. We can be healed by ourselves. When it is not possible, okay, there is a modern medical science is there which will deal with some of them. But let's try it with that. And expecting things to be always to be happy, this is something impractical which we are asking for. When a misery comes, welcome it. When the mind is wandering away, culture it. Like a mother looks after when a child lost its way. When it comes home, bring it home with open arms. Understand the mind. And the mind stays with us. That is how to regulate the mind. Get mastery over the mind. Learning the skills with that. Take a deep breath, chant one Omkara. Now visualize yourself as a lotus, not just the flower. The lotus means the mud, the root, the stem, and in totality. Let us take life in totality. Chant one more Omkara. Gently turn to the side and come to sitting position. We'll chant a bhajan. We'll conclude it with a bhajan. Nirvana Shatkam. That is explains what our real nature is. I'll present it and then just you go through the meaning of it is also given there. We are able to see my screen. Yes? Yes. Okay. Rashmi, you are following?
Yes, Guruji. You want me to start?
Mano chittani naham.
मनोबुद्ध्यहङ्कारचित्तानि नाहम्
न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च घ्राणनेत्रे
न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च घ्राणनेत्रे
न च व्योमभूमिर्न तेजो न वायुः
न च व्योमभूमिर्न तेजो न वायु
चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहम् शिवोऽहम्
चिदानन्दरूपा शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्
न च प्राणसंयो न वै पञ्चवायु
न च प्राणसन्नो न वै पञ्चवायु
न वा सप्तधातुर्न वा पञ्चकोशाः
न वा सप्तधातु न वा पञ्चकोशा
न वाक्पाणिपादं न चोपस्थपायो
न वा पाणिपादं न चोपस्थपायु
चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहम् शिवोऽहम्
चिदानन्दरूपा शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्
न मे द्वेषरागो न मे लोभमोहौ
न मे देशरागौ न मे लोभमोहौ
न मे वै मदो नैव मात्सर्यभावा
न मे वै मदो नैव मात्सर्यभाव
न धर्मो न चार्थो न कामो न मोक्षः
न धर्मो न चार्तो न कामो न मोक्षः
चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहम् शिवोऽहम्
चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्
पुण्यं न पापं न सौख्यं न दुःखम्
न पुण्यं न पापं न सौख्यं न दुःखम्
न मन्त्रो न तीर्थं न वेदा न यज्ञाः
न मन्त्रो न तीर्थं न वेदा न यज्ञः
अहं भोजनं नैव भोज्यं न भोक्ता
अहं भोजनं नैव भोज्यं न भोक्ता
चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहम् शिवोऽहम्
चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्
न मृत्योर्न शङ्का न मे जातिभेदः
न मृत्युर्न शङ्का न मे जातिभेदः
पिता नैव मे नैव माता न जन्मा
पिता नैव मे नैव माता न जन्म
न बन्धोर्न मित्रं गुरुर्नैव शिष्यः
न बन्धुर्न मित्रं गुरुर्नैव शिष्यः
चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्
चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्
अहं निर्विकल्पो निराकाररूपो
अहं निर्विकल्पो निराकाररूपो
विभूत्वा च सर्वत्र सर्वेन्द्रियाणाम्
विभूत्वा च सर्वत्र सर्वेन्द्रियाणाम्
न चासङ्गतं नैव मुक्तिर्न मेयः
न च सङ्गतं नैव मुक्तिर्न मेयः
चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्
चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्
चिदानन्दरूपः
चिदानन्दरूपः
शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्
शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्
चिदानन्दरूपः
चिदानन्दरूपः
शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्
शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्
शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्
शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्
Keep your eyes closed. Feel the meaning of the prayer. We are identifying ourselves with the body. No, I am not this body. This body is eternally changing. A part of the body is dying continuously, a part of the being is generated. I am that force which is creating that. I am not even the prana. Prana is always fluctuating and moving, but I am very stable. Prana is also an object. I am not even the mind and all the vagaries of the mind. I am not the joy. I am not the happiness. I am not the sorrow. No dukkham, no papam. I am none of these things. I am that intelligent force that is running all over the universe, including me. I am a formation of that intelligence. Everyone is a formation of the intelligence. Entire this cosmos is a formation of this. Call it Brahman, call it God. The more we identify ourselves, we know our real nature and we establish ourselves in eternal joy, that is self-realization. Reflect on the Nirvana Shataka by Adi Shankara. Thank you very much. God bless you. If you have got any questions, myself and as well as the doctors, we will be available here. And my gratitude to all of you for having come over for this session and patiently had been there with us. And my gratitude to my teachers who have been very enthusiastically participated, and they're all volunteer teachers who have the pay donation to Vivekananda Yoga, they sustain Vivekananda Yoga, that teach voluntarily, they teach Vivekananda Yoga. My sincere gratitude to all them. My gratitude to Ashwini, who coordinated the entire program. My gratitude to Praveen, who made technically, who looked after all these things. My gratitude to both the doctors, Rashmi and Vidya, for having put their inputs. Finally, my very sincere gratitude to all of you. Now we are available, but this is not this is only a sample of it. For you to cultivate a habit, you will have to do it regularly. Please come and join Vivekananda Yoga's regular classes. Vivekanandayoga.us is our website. And then I think Praveen has released it. We are also starting a new program, yoga teacher training program. And most of the teachers, those people who joined for DPM like this, all the teachers, they got inspired and they joined it. Today we have got hundreds of teachers who have been trained in that. I welcome you to the fold. Come join the teacher training. Join the, if you are not able to join the teacher, come regularly for the classes and get inspired, take care of yourself. And one thing I believe is all power is there within us. We can do anything and everything. If only we believe in ourselves. Don't doubt it. We are not weak. We are not sick. We are going to build ourselves back. Power is there within us. Thank you very much. God bless you. If any one of you want to say anything, please say it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Guruji.
If you want any questions, you can ask.
What?
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Guruji.
Praveen, you want to say something?
Very nice.
Thank you, Guruji.
program.
Thank you, Guruji. It was a good session. Enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Good information we got from you and doctors also. It was
Thanks a
really
lot.
a nice session.
Thank you.
Very happy.
Thank you, Guruji. Pranam, Guruji.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, Guruji.
God bless you. Raghavendra?
Yes, sir.
Is it the same Raghavendra I know?
Yeah. Same Bhagavad.
Long time.
Thank you, Guruji, and all the teachers and the volunteers. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. God bless.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thanks, Amma.
Namaste, Subbaralji. It was a very good session.
Namaste, sir.